Every cheesecake squirted out of this machine costs twice as much to make than it did a few years ago. Junior's pumps out, bakes, and packages 5 million cheesecakes a year.
And the company has used the same recipe since the 1950s. But it's gotten a lot harder. First, there was a cream cheese shortage.
You can't make cheesecake without cream cheese. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And now, inflation has caused the prices of other ingredients to soar. I've been doing this for 33 years, and I've never seen a time like this, ever. And I can venture to say if my father was alive, he never saw a time like this either. Yeah. Now that he's taken over, Alan expects a tough work. It's like watching a baby being born to me. Yeah. To see how Junior's keeps rolling out its famous cheesecakes in the face of shrinking margins. Here in New York City, Junior's is an institution.
But its cheesecakes aren't actually made in the city anymore. In 2015, the company moved to this New Jersey plant.
When we took over this building because we didn't have the space to do it out of Queens.
240 workers whip up millions of cheesecakes and layer cakes here every year.
Not surprisingly, every batch starts with the most important ingredient. Yeah. This year we'll probably go through about 7 million pounds of cream cheese. This is the commitment to quality we stand by. Only the best ingredients. Yeah. Junior's partners with Kraft Heinz, the maker of Philadelphia cream cheese.
Workers unwrap each of those giant blocks of cream cheese and tip them into the mixing bowl.
So far we have cream cheese, we have sugar, we have eggs. Still to come we have some heavy cream, some vanilla, and I think that's just about it. It's kind of simple.
Workers roll these giant mixing bowls over to the assembly line. To speed up production, Alan added automatic depositors.
It gets pumped up here, into here. This is gonna meter out exactly the right amount.
First, workers drop a slice of vanilla cake, not graham cracker crust, into each pan.
We use cake on the bottom because this is a recipe that my grandfather created in 1950. So it's a lot of work just to make the bottoms.
Slowly, the pump works its way through the entire batch of batter, plopping perfect dollops into each pan.
Then this guy knocks out any excess air. On this line, they're making strawberry swirl cheesecake. The swirl used to be piped by hand, but this robot took over the gig in 2017. Next, the cakes head to baking.
But this step also has a unique twist.
Yeah.
A lot of bakeries use rack ovens where you just slide the whole rack in, slide the whole rack out. It doesn't work for our cheesecake.
His team bakes the dense cakes in a water bath.
Spreads the heat evenly, the bottoms of the cakes don't burn, they rise up like a souffle. You can see how the cakes are literally above the pan. When they're golden brown, workers pull out the trays.
And pour out leftover water. Then, they test the internal temperature.
They take temperatures for food safety, but I can see with my eyes. After they've rested, the cakes aren't jiggly anymore. We don't do jiggly, we do Junior's. Using this repurposed pizza oven, bakers can heat the pans just enough to release the settled cakes. After the cheesecakes get depanned, we bring them into our blast freezer.
Alan keeps it at a balmy 0 degrees inside.
But it's not just plain or swirl cheesecakes in this freezer. The company whips up dozens of different flavors of cheesecakes, layer cakes, and desserts.
The chocolate mousse cheesecake is hit with a heaping pile of mousse, doused in a waterfall of chocolate, and covered in mini chocolate chips. There's also the pumpkin layer cake cheesecake. Robots and bakers work together to ice it. Leftover cake tops are ground up to make the crumb that goes around the edges. All the finished and chilled cakes converge on the packaging line.
From the pumpkin cheesecake to the 24 mini cheesecake variety pack bound for Costco.
Workers place each cake in a box, slap on a label, and put it in an even bigger box. That all heads to the freezer a second time.
This will all be gone within 30 days.
Right now it's enough space, but I can see maybe next year.
Plus needing even more space. This is going around the whole country. Most of the 6-inch cheesecakes end up in one of the 12,000 supermarkets supplied by Junior's.
Opened up the first Junior's location on Election Day in 1950. He said, if we're going to be a great restaurant in New York, we have to have a great cheesecake.
Some people venture to guess that my grandfather named it after his two sons, Walter and Marvin, my father and my uncle, but Jews don't really do the junior thing, so that's a little out the window. Some people venture to guess that my grandfather named it after his two sons, Walter and Marvin, my father and my uncle, but Jews don't really do the junior thing, so that's a little out the window. I'm like, what do you mean there's no cream cheese? You can't make cheesecake without cream cheese. And people were calling from Florida and California. And then in 1995, we met QVC. They were doing a search for America's best products, state by state. And we went on and I think we sold 2,400 cheesecakes in like 6 or 7 minutes.
Today, Junior's has 4 restaurants in the New York area. A quick service at LaGuardia Airport, a direct-to-consumer business, and a booming retail presence.
Oh, definitely the biggest cheesecake company in New York. So the top seller in our restaurants is either strawberry cheesecake or New York-style cheesecake. Visitors from all over the world stop in for a slice.
Yeah, my name is Marvin. I'm from Germany. Brownie Explosion Cheesecake. I think it's like a full meal.
But keeping up with all this demand for cheesecake hasn't been easy, even for a giant like Junior's.
In 2020, the pandemic shut down all of the restaurants.
I sort of joked with my mom that thankfully my dad was deceased before COVID.
At the time, the company's direct-to-consumer sales actually doubled. But then came the great cream cheese shortage of 2021.
Last year we started to we heard about it, and then all of a sudden Jason calls me and says, there's no cream cheese. I'm like, what do you mean there's no cream cheese? You can't make cheesecake without cream cheese. A cyber attack hit a cream cheese factory in Wisconsin. It wasn't Philadelphia's facility.
But Kraft faced spiking demand and supply chain issues of its own. The company struggled to get a hold of starch thickeners and packaging materials.
Without any cream cheese, Alan had to shut down the factory.
And the team missed a couple of big orders. A couple of orders for us are trailers full, about 70,000 pounds, so it's a big deal. And then a couple of orders for us are trailers full, about 70,000 pounds, so it's a big deal. I was sweating it out pretty good.
By early 2022, Kraft had restored cream cheese supplies to Junior's.
We are one of the biggest users of cream cheese in the country.
Just in time for inflation to hit.
Every ingredient is up right now, from eggs to sugar, heavy cream. But cream cheese is definitely the highest priced ingredient that we use right now.
Alan says the price Junior's pays for cream cheese more than doubled,
From $1.50 a pound to over $3.
The demand, it's based off of the butter markets, and dairy prices are just very high right now. Everything is up. Labor obviously is up. Junior sales have bounced back to pre-pandemic levels.
With $110 million in expected sales this year.
But costs have escalated so dramatically that profits in the restaurant business and the wholesale business are way down.
Alan said profit margins dropped by 6%.
Oh, it's brutal. No, there's no doubt. It is the hardest time in I've been doing this for 33 years. And I've never seen a time like this, ever. I've never seen a time like this, ever.
So Alan made the decision to raise prices.
Our product cost has literally doubled for cheesecake. Doubled. We can't double our prices. That's impossible.
but Alan says higher retail prices haven't stopped customers.
No, not at all. I've had their cheesecake hundreds of times over many years, believe it or not, from when I was a kid.
Restaurants kind of around where we're from ordered this cheesecake to be shipped to Oklahoma City.
But even if food costs continue to rise, Alan says he'll never touch the recipe.
We'd sooner not make cake. Listen, we have a 72-year history of making cheesecake the exact way we're doing it, exactly the same way forever. We're not changing that. Precisely. So how does he plan to stay afloat? One, with those robots.
And then with new products, from cheesecake shakes to updated cake flavors.
Like this strawberry Christmas cheesecake.
My God, that is so good. And finally, Alan says diversifying helped him weather the storms of recent years. Of course, Junior's has the restaurants, but what it makes from supermarket sales is quickly catching up. I would say it's about 50-50. The restaurants drive about half the volume of the company, and this drives about half the volume of the company. I think the fact that we are diversified is what saved us.
But is this business sustainable if food prices keep increasing?
You know what? The tell will be in the next 3 months. I think it's sustainable. Because I'm a big believer in our business and how good we are at it, and that people are always going to want a cheesecake.